Is that what's happening?
It's going to be something like that. Hello, everyone. Sorry about this. It wouldn't be QD if we didn't have timekeeping issues and comms issues. I've been around the country. I've come back. Everything was messed up. Easton coming to do pre-stuff, and he was coming through my TV, and even though it said it was coming through this, mental. Right, okay, let's go again.
Well, you know, who have we got here so far? We got Combat Carrot, Data Swami. Hey guys, thanks a lot for joining us. Really good to see you. And then who do we have?
I'm sorry. Why is that not a feature that is allowed just in the game already?
It needs to be.
Do you know who's in the audience?
Yeah, it needs to be a thing.
We've got Andre. Andre's here.
All the heroes are here tonight. I think we need to go back and restart. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quantum Dispatch. Today, we're talking about the new toys that are in your hangar. We've got, I was about to say, EPTU is up for Wave 1. So you get to fly and go to Pyro at long last. We're going to hang around Obituary. Hope to see you there. And we have IAE starting later this week. Who's hyped?
Also, don't forget one thing. CJ, what was that on your plate that you just had there?
Is that
Can you raise that for the camera?
Is that
Is that a birthday cake?
Oh, yeah, that's okay, mate.
Whose birthday is it?
It's one of my guinea pigs' birthdays, I think.
Happy birthday to you.
No.
Wait.
Happy birthday
I will leave.
Hold on.
Happy birthday,
I will leave.
30k. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll shut up. But
I mean,
for record, I did it. No one else did. That's how much.
I mean, we could
Yeah,
do
so.
Oh, look at that.
So cringe.
There you go.
That's about as good. That's about as good as the After Effects that was on that Hammerhead video.
No, don't take it away. That's my hammerhead. I was celebrating my birthday in fucking in Squadron 42.
Oh, I thought we were about to get a drop there.
It's videos like that that make me not want to do motion graphics anymore. Like, honestly, it's just horrific.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. We'll get you out of motion graphics then. We'll get someone that fucking decorates a hammerhead in. Someone who's better at the job, I suppose.
Not disco hammerhead during combat. That's just not going to...
This is going to keep coming back.
No.
I swear, I'm half of these views.
I'm gonna be more. I'm gonna have that on replay. Who put that out? Ruben. Okay, I'm gonna check out Ruben's post.
My only feedback is consistency. The lasers aren't changing color as well.
How's that laser change color?
Well, obviously, because like, you know, it's going to change color with the lights.
It's not how lasers work, bro.
Yeah, if you go to London where they do laser shows and stuff like that, some of the lasers change color.
They're different, like laser emitters.
Yeah, exactly. So they need to get different laser emitters.
Yeah. Okay.
Or you could just do it in After Effects.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's not be pedantic, right? Right. Have we seen what CIG have been trying to do? I think fucking rainbow lasers is the last thing on their list.
Are we talking for the past 13 years, or are we talking about recent? Because
RGB lasers.
If the last,
not rainbow,
if the last
RGB.
13 years, RGB. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, RGB lasers. But like, if we're talking about the last 13 years, are you expecting them to do anything else?
What, RGB in ships?
Yeah.
No, please. No, thank you.
The question is, why can't we actually have that on the inside? Like, yeah, emergency lighting and auxiliary lighting is really cool. But if I want to make all my fucking rooms blue or green, why can't I?
I think eventually, like, customization of the interior will be there. I mean, we saw it ages ago with the 300i when they released that, the updated version of the 300i. They had that website where you could go to completely customize the interior of it. So, you know, I think they might look at that in the future. I just hope they don't get as predatory with the marketing on it. Like, you shouldn't have to pay $5 for a coffee machine. And also, if you're going to sell a coffee machine, why don't you sell a kettle? Because some of us like tea instead of coffee. But now I'm going down a hole.
A little bit of rabbit
Somebody
hole.
save me.
07 to Luigi in chat, hero. And also, Andre believes there should be posthumous. Is posthumous? Not posthumous. Whatever. A late addition to the stretch goals where you can do this to your ship. pimped up stretch hammerhead with 890 jump pool.
Nah.
Yeah, RGB pool in the 890. That'd be pretty cool. However, before we get to that point, I would quite like to be able to jump between Stanton and Pyro and potentially like Nyx.
Yeah, but that's not going to take away from it. Like, you know, yeah.
We'll go there in style, right?
It. RGB jump hole where you're going through it. It's like, and you're just like, oh my god, what's happening? But yeah, I think let's stay away from the RGB. Let's keep this game as beautiful as it is, and keep those horrible videos to the people that want to spend the time on making them. Talking about festive. Oh no.
So as you can see from chat, I jumped in with Luigi the other night, and we helped save Stanton. After you got off, bud, I mean, the Polaris got destroyed, but we managed to board the Idris, and it's a little bit different. So, all kitted out Pyro. There's obviously the familiar logo up on the bridge. But yeah, we managed to get a couple of screenshots while we were there. Just myself and Swanky.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Everyone else died in the Polaris.
Oh, I wish I was there. That would have been pretty cool.
That's the thing, right? Like, everyone could destroy an Idris now that we have the Polaris. Is capturing one that's going to be like the thing, and I hope servers take note and we don't do what happened on that. What was the last Idris event that came out? Everyone was just trying to destroy it, but you could actually land on it. It was like, no, stop destroying it. Let's try and land on it. No communication, and it didn't go well. Yeah.
Hello to Mercedes in chat as well. There's another picture I pulled off the other day. This, just how beautiful is this game?
Yeah.
The game, like, sorry, I didn't realize that video, the Hammerhead, Disco Hammerhead had music to it as well. Oh,
wait,
that
did
makes
it
it
not come
better.
through?
Right,
everyone on chat, surely they can hear that, right? Can someone just confirm?
No, I couldn't hear it either.
You couldn't hear it?
No, your browser sources are muted. Bro, the music makes... Don't play the music, though. We get fucking cancelled, bro.
Don't do it. Don't try it.
Don't try it.
We're here all night.
Yeah.
Was it from Bruce and Way? There's a killer tape, and we're playing it here 24 hours.
No, that's Scary Movie 3.
That's the one, not Bruce and Way. That's...
Let's see that again.
Alright, yeah, no, what was about the verse being beautiful and stuff like that, bro. Like, I've never been one to take pictures, and I've never wanted to do screenshots, but Christ, after getting my Meridian Eclipse back out again, and then flying around, I've just got a newfound love for taking pictures. And then flying around Bloom, was just so nice. It's so good. I just love the way everything's going.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool.
I think, you know, having where they show how they're like building these worlds, how they're using the geology, and that's sort of influencing the weather systems and the biomes. It's just nuts, the scale of this game. Yeah, it's yeah, and seeing those jungles as well. Like, you can see that last screenshot, you could just see as far as the eye can see, but also they're showing different sort of environments now that are making you feel like, oh, you know, Velociraptor could just jump straight through that bush and you couldn't do much about it, or something else. But yeah, it's really, really exciting.
Well, I'm glad
Pyro racetracks for Insomnia, Luigi.
Right, do you know what? Actually, weirdly, I've got this up on my screen at the moment. So this is Epic LAN that you're looking at in the UK. This is now the largest LAN event, and this is literally everyone, more or less, in this picture. Insomnia was 3 or 4 times bigger than this, and sadly that's gone. And this is the industry stands over here. I was over here with one of the flight things. That, in fact, that's probably me stood there with Asus. We were there recently. The next one's in February, I think it is. We've just lost WASD as well in London, which is a small indie developer showcase. So like Devolver go there, and other like really small time studios that showing off some fantastic games. There's one that uses AI, and you interrogate the person, and they were asking what type of language it speaks. It's like, I only speak English, but they kept putting like the inputs in Spanish, and eventually the guy just reverts to full Spanish. But the idea is that you can ask them anything, and they'll come back with anything. but they've got hard programming for particular storylines. Are you watching that tweet over and over? It's good, isn't it? Right, so we've sorted out the thing. We're not going to get cancelled, but yeah, here we go.
Can I have some support, please?
No.
Just
the hammerhead is giving the support.
Do you know how beautiful the audio was in that moment when we were there in Manchester?
And how much better it is now.
I was awesome,
I was smack right bang in front of the bass speaker. So when those guns were firing, I was taking a full blast at the front, just like it was like the old what's it, DHX? Like
Dolby.
Yeah, it's like the Dolby sort of like stuff at cinemas before, where it just blasts you, and it's just like, oh my god. Yeah, the sound for Squadron 42 is absolutely insane.
Yeah, going back to Religio's point, for Pyro Racetrack for Insomnia, we'd love to do that. Obviously, Insomnia closed its doors. We need to find a new venue. We need to either persuade Epic Land to move to a much bigger venue, because they've been there for donkeys and they're well embedded, and it's a good LAN event. But otherwise, I can't really see a way back for Star Citizen in the live events community outside of Bar Citizens, sadly, or CitizenCon.
What do you think is the main sort of blocker for these sort of events? Like, why are they struggling? Why are they dropping off the map? Because you said that is the biggest LAN party in the UK. Can you go back to the image?
Sure.
Because gamers by default are antisocial and don't like talking to other people.
No, the thing is,
I know, but they're just there with their PCs. They don't have to talk to anyone. You saw CitizenCon, and like that was pretty much the size of the hall for CitizenCon, probably a little bit smaller. Like you'd think you'd struggle to fit a LAN party for Star Citizen in a room like that. So it's a bit disappointing that that's the biggest UK LAN party. You'd think it'd be a bit bigger, but maybe.
Yeah, but you got to bear in mind the issue with CitizenCon is the fact that a premium ticket costs you like $300-$400, whereas Insomnia, Epic LAN, or all the other ones, even if you're doing bring your own computer, which removes all of the expenses from those events,
yeah,
they're like £100, £140, I think, was like BYOC for Epic LAN last year.
Yeah.
So they're only getting £140. You got to think some of these stalls charge like thousands to put up.
Yeah. No, that I'm fully aware, because we used to go and do events at sort of like we did a few Lego conventions and stuff like that. And you paid like 1,000 for like setting up your stall and stuff. So I think it's just a thing, like it's just getting too expensive for these guys to run a simple event like this, and that needs looking into.
It is 100%. They don't always sell out either, so
yeah.
It might be that they go to satellite sites, so they keep the sites small, but spotted around the country.
Maybe,
that might be an idea. But then you can't get the people to the sim rig to give it a go.
Yeah, you need good communication links.
I'm contemplating going with the Virpal sticks on the desk.
What about if we have a Citizen LAN?
So cool.
That'd be sick. Citizen LAN.
I would like to see that.
Atmo is set up on one side, whoever's set up on the other side. Everyone in their tents stinking, like, because they're just gamers. Like, everything just stinks of Monster and fucking Cheetos. Like, I
don't know about you guys. I've just become less like tolerant to like other games now. So like, we recently just had family come over. This one guy turned to me and just said, "Oh yeah, I'm playing FIFA. What do you play?" And I was like, "Yeah, nice one." Didn't bother. Like, no. I was just like, no, just no thanks. NHL 2012 though, yeah, I'll be down for that.
All right, Luigi's got something there. I've got something. He's got something. We're working together here. 3-day saving Stanton. At this LAN event, all the bars shut. Everything shuts for like 4 hours, and you are ordered to go to your PC. Right? You're at this LAN event. Everyone must go. the server mesh shouldn't be in by then. Everyone's on one shard. We've got the fucking Citizen Land fucking party ready to go, and we all board all the Idrises, all the Polarises, you know, the Perseus, and we just go and smash everything for like 4 hours, and afterwards free bar for 3 minutes, and then yeah.
What about Torpedo Burrito and all that sort of stuff?
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Like
it would be.
I think if we got back in,
instantly.
If we got back in from SIG, like we could actually create a large event. But like, imagine if it was not run by SIG, just backed by SIG. They don't have to worry about it. Just give us some money, give us some funding, give us the IP.
Yeah.
And then let's run an event. QD would do it, right? If anyone from SIG's there, I will do this. Fuck you guys. I will do this shit. I want to see this happen.
I would love to be involved with something. Can you just imagine this as a thought, right? So you've got this here. You say, right, okay, if you're coming as an org, you take over a table. If you can't fill the table, then other people who are randomers that don't mark down that they are part of an org join a random table, and then they have to like play. You have to play together. So this is one like complete like Polaris crude like with escorts and stuff. That'd be pretty cool. And then you have like different events happening throughout the land. So right, we're going to be here, we're going to be there, we're going to be this, go do that, and hopefully everything stays up and running. This absolutely is a great idea, but maybe for a little bit down the line, 1.0 when it's stable. That would be that would be their hesitation.
Yeah, to be fair, I'd have a lot of time in my retirement when they obviously drop 1.0. So yeah, that's fine. That can still work.
To be cutting that ultra wide.
Really exciting stuff, and you know, I think there's something definitely in it. One of the things that I noticed when I went to go see CIG was that they had what's that booking agency?
Booking.com.
Booking.
Yeah, like I would love to see them network with those guys and create some kind of packages that would help players get to, like, say if we're from the UK or Germany, we could get over to LA for or even Texas. That'd be great for the Austin CitizenCon. But yeah.
Do you know what else would be great?
What?
The Booking.com Genesis Starliner.
Oh.
Be like a completely redecorated, like what's it, A380? Is that the big one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be absolutely awesome. I mean, this fan base has the money to like purchase, I think, a huge jetliner to go over to like. I'm always recommended to go to Austin. They always say just skip LA. I don't know why, but maybe you guys in chat will know. Look who's just joined us. It's the Fisherman.
Yeah, wanky Fisherman.
Right, we are 25 minutes in. I'm going to propose
we've not covered anything.
We move to cover some of our bases here and what we've set forward, what people have come here for, right? He's not here in person. We'll talk over this a little bit as well. But GFA has done a pretty interesting video. Listen. Do you guys like this?
A lot of people have taken one look at this thing, and they've
what, the ship or the video?
No, the ship.
Okay, cool. I was going to say the videos. I was going to say the video's great. I weren't going to call out our friend, but yeah, no, the video's great.
So from that angle, yeah, I like the look of it. And it's got the engines from the Spirit, kind of. It's got some. I'm a fan of Crusader. I like my Crusader ships. Is this a starter ship that I would get? I don't know. I think if I was to restart this game again from scratch, I think my ship of choice would be the Avenger Titan. But,
I quite like this, like you said, from this angle, but symmetrical, with say like 2 size 3s. That'd be that would be beautiful.
But you've got to think, all of these Instagram models have really good angles that they take their pictures of. But there's an angle that's ugly. Oh, we found it. There it is.
Nicer. I won't say better, because again,
this is just a couple of mock-ups. That's an F8C, like, take.
Yeah.
An MSR.
See, that I think is stronger.
kind of look.
You know,
And
but
I get that it
it's
follows the Crusader designing brief.
it's
A lot of
you know
them
it's
are
difficult, right? Because
asymmetrical, so it makes sense. I
I just
what
think
has thrown people about this one more than
because
anything,
wasn't it the
I
same
guess, is that
the
the
same
cockpit is
guy that did
off-center.
this also did
I
this
think
the
that's the weird
Spirit,
thing. I don't
and for
know.
me the
'Cause
Spirit
at least with
came
the
out of
asymmetry in
nowhere
battleships,
and
I
is
feel like you're
just sort
still
of
in the
like
middle.
the
At least
it's
on
my
the
daily
streamlined
runner at the
memory of
moment,
Crusader
and
ships.
I absolutely love the look of the
Other
ship.
than that, we obviously have. I think
I
this
was
is
gonna
a
upgrade
size
to a
3.
Zeus,
Let me
but
just
I
get that up.
decided not to.
Quickly check. So this is a size 3 gun on
I think
the front here.
I just realised
obviously
the Cronin is flipped upside down on the weapon.
Swanky raises a really good
have
point,
seen
and
it.
this was the thing that I was discussing with you guys before we went live. It does depend on the price of the ship, because if it's cheaper than the Titan and the 325A, then I think it's in a good area. If it's fast, like, I think Crusader ships are renowned for their speed as well. If it's swift, then that's great. That will sort of like be positives to the certain negatives, and visual stuff is subjective, but I mean I think a few of us here we're going, yeah, it's not our cup of tea really. But
it's yeah. And as who said it? Luigi said it deserves variants. So if we get a variant that's, I don't agree that they've upgunned it, but if we got a variant that was upgunned and was a designated like it encroached into light fighting, then yeah, cool. And if there's a version that sacrificed a bit of crew living space, I've not been on it, so I don't actually know how big it is, and then it can carry a few more SCUs, then great. But I actually just saw though the size 3 bomb one. The size 3 bombs are in game and underutilized because the A1 comes with the size 5s by default, I think. There is a size 3 bomb already in game. So
is that for the Gladiator?
No, it's a bomb, not like a torp. The Gladiator has torps, but it's an actual bomb. It's a smaller version of the size 5, and I believe it can fit in the A1 already. So it would kind of make sense.
Did you see the concept for the A2, the concept picture? Like you got the A2 sort of like on the tarmac, and then it's got all its ordnance lined out in front of it. And you've got the Moabs, and then on the other side you've got what I assume to be cluster bombs or like carpet bombing type stuff. So I'd love to see the A2 have that, like so many like size 3s, and see what it could do with like rapid deployment. That would be pretty sick. But swinging back to the starter ship, yeah, I was really looking forward to this one, and I'm pretty honest when I talk to the guys here. It just didn't really hit the mark for me personally. But the Spirit absolutely smashed that, and why am I going to get that when I got the Spirit? Because I would just use the Spirit.
Yeah, but end of the day, you got to bear in mind that you are not. If it goes down to being a starter, you are not a starter in this game. So if you have a Spirit, that's past starter level already.
Of course, yeah. That I'm not trying to get at that. It's just like if I was to be a starter, I would go for the Titan over that because it's a smaller form factor. I'm pretty sure it's got the size 4 and 2 size 3s, is it? And then I think it's 8 SCU.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Titan was my star.
We'll see, because it could come out and surprise all of us and be one of the cheapest starters out there. So
which
kind of
makes it valid.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but then I'm hoping it has variants. There is only one starter ship. If it's released as a starter, which I don't know, I think Luigi said it's not specifically been said it's a starter. But if it releases as a starter, there's only one starter ship that doesn't have variants, and that's the Sulan. Which is good. The Sulan's going to be quite difficult to have variants on. So this, I think, could be probably relatively easy. So I'm expecting variants, which I'm all for.
you know, like, there's quite a few alien ships that don't have variants. I think that's because the lore side of it, they haven't fleshed out the alien races enough. So, you know, with humanity, you know that we like to fight, we like to trade, we like to race. It's sort of
Yeah.
like all fleshed out human sort of stuff in there. Whereas aliens, what do they like to do?
Yeah.
And we haven't really got too much information on that yet.
Yeah.
Apart from the Banu like to trade, and the Xi'an like to be snobby.
I don't know. After seeing the Squadron 42 at CitizenCon, they're going to flesh out my wallet when they release some of them ships.
Oh,
There are some really tasty alien ships out there.
Yeah, my wallet's been prepared. I've cleared my credit cards. I've cleared my overdraft. Ready. Just give those. Give the Vandal Cleaver to me. Give it to just to me.
Cleaver would be brilliant.
I will set up a direct debit of my entire bank account each month. Give Cleaver.
So I think the question to chat at this point is: you've seen the outside. We'll go into the inside now. But whilst we're going around the inside, have a think to yourselves. You've seen how the Intrepid looks. I'm not going to divulge too much right now, but what other ships do you think the artist has worked on at this point? Do you think they've been there a while, or do you think they're quite new? Like, give me what you think about the artist, like, and their ability, and we'll go into this afterwards. But yeah, for now, let's have a look at the inside.
Yeah, I mean,
it is quite a beautiful ship on the inside. It's got a bit of everything.
I really like it.
And you can tell. I mean, it's, you know, when you've got a large ship with a lot of space to work with, it's probably, and I'm just, you know, I've got no information here, but I imagine it's easier than working on a smaller form factor. Whereas there's been a lot that's been added into such a small space. Going like the little corridor that goes to the bridge, I felt quite claustrophobic going through that part, which is the first time I've kind of felt claustrophobic inside a Crusader ship. But yeah, I think I do like the interior of Crusader. I really think it looks nice.
I do really like the little ammo rack thing. I wish across the board on every ship the little shelves have a grid. Not necessarily a cargo grid, but something you can snap, like a centralized point. So if you've got like sub-flare or something you want to put down, it snaps to it. But also, do you know the micro SC boxes?
Yeah.
If it's snapped one of those next to it, and then it just holds in there, and then obviously it's got a door over the front of it. It closes the door up. It'd be good then because obviously it contains things in there. It look really cool. I think they're missing a trick. I don't know if the tech's not there yet or what, but I'm hoping it gets there at some point. But you can tell it's Crusader because he's walked through, what, 17 doors just to get to the crew compartment?
Yeah.
This is, yeah, it's quite a nice looking ship on the inside. Luigi's saying you can fit a helmet box on the shelf. That's a nice addition.
Yeah, it's probably the same ones I was talking about because it closes as well. There's like a little gate on it and it closes it up so it doesn't fall out.
Now, I quite like this, the ability to go in and out of the cargo sort of area. But you can get out this way from the ship, but you can't get in that way.
What, is it like an elevator or something?
Yeah, no, GFA goes into it in just a moment. He struggles to find the button at first. But,
I mean, for me, the one thing I'm feeling right here now is like you've got the lift, and then you've got an area there. Is that a cargo grid there? That the area that's being stood on now? Yeah.
Oh, not where he stood right now. This that you can see inside through
just
the window.
This bit inside.
So he's got two 1x4.
See, for me, like I think there's a bit of wasted space there. Do you see that sort of like where you got the cargo grid, where he's standing now? You know, it would have been nice to have seen like maybe just the lift incorporate that section because you've got a door sealing off that whole bit. There's no other components in there. That whole space is just for standing on and checking out.
You need space to work, don't you? Otherwise, like you say, you'll be claustrophobic.
Well,
if you've got someone managing cargo and someone is, say for instance, you've got a cargo box with like fuses in, and you've got a couple of people running around doing like some engineering stuff, then you're gonna need space to move around each other. I understand why they've put space in the back there.
Right there's a door, so it makes sense to not have it there. But in the other one, I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know. It's trying to. It's. You can see it's difficult. The ship is trying to cover all bases, and it's not sort of achieving a single base well. Like the combat side, it's sort of undergunned, and the SCU side, it's sort of on par with everything else that's out there. So like Swanky said, I'm total agreement. It's the price is going to be the thing that makes or breaks this.
I don't know actually. So I've not been in it, right? And I really like that cargo, the way the cargo grid works. I want to know. We need to test this later on. If someone doesn't have a party invite, can they access the buttons? Because if they cannot, they are working prison cells.
Oh, what? You mean inside the bit?
So if they're in the cargo elevator bit, so they board your ship, right, hold them at gunpoint, open up the cargo bay, and be like, get in there now.
So,
and if they don't, you blast them. But then if they do, you just close the door and they're trapped.
I believe when the door is down on the inside, you can't access the buttons from inside that area. So you might be right. You could incap someone and get them in there quickly, shut the thing. You ain't getting out.
Or, if you can access and open it, and then you're just holding on whilst you're, in space, or just like, oh my god, I want to go back up. Boop. You back up. But yeah.
I think CJ's getting rid of
so
Christmas
cool.
mode as well, with the cringe.
No. Anti-Christmas mode.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, anti-Christmas. But no, like, I actually really like it. And as much as I hate on Crusader ships, right, if they fix the external, and by fixed I mean design it how I would like it, but I'm not necessarily always correct, so don't listen to me. So this is obviously, like, in my opinion,
reevaluate the exterior.
In my opinion, if I was to have designed the exterior of that ship, I would have made it symmetrical. But I understand why they didn't. They've kind of took a bit of inspiration from like the Ares, and it's kind of like I feel like it's got an Ares vibe in there at the same time. But
and the like MSR to some extent, I think.
Yeah, but like if they made it symmetrical, even if they had that gun housing, but a louvre, like a panel over it, so it kept that like symmetrical like look, but kept the gun in there, then I would own a Crusader ship. Actually, a second Crusader ship. Never mind, I've got the Genesis, but that's not really Crusader, is it? We don't really count that one as being Crusader.
I mean,
I would own it.
I really agree. Your point that you guys made that it's a start. I think they did mention it is a starter ship, is a Crusader starter ship. Can't remember where though. But
the data mines. It was the data mines that said it was a starter.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, in terms of specs, it's in line with other starter ships. So from that point, you could assume that it's a starter ship. I think not having variants is a thing, and when you look at other starter ships, what variants do they have? Like the Avengers got like the interdictor, the cargo. I think Mustang's got racing. What entry level ships do we not have? I think Bounty Hunting doesn't have anything. So
Avenger Warlock.
Avenger Warlock. Okay, cool.
And the Avenger, the Warlock's EMP, and you've got the Stalker, which has the
that's interdiction. That's interdiction.
Yeah, no. So you got the EMP for the Warlock for the EMP, but then you got the Stalker for prison pods.
Cool.
So Bounty Hunter.
Having another Bounty Hunter variant couldn't hurt, because I know what you were mentioning about those pods would be really cool inside that ship. Plus, what else could there be? I think medical, perhaps, or is that not starter ship? Because I think the CAR could be classed as a starter ship.
No, because it's a specific, like, it's not like a starter. Because starters usually cover all bases, but can do something like a little bit better.
Unless it's got variants, because the Aurora has variants and some can cover like stuff. But when we were discussing about starships before, we were all asking what would we like to start off with, and the C8R did come up in that conversation.
Yeah. I think someone who's brand new to the game though wouldn't necessarily go, "Oh, C8R, that's a good starship." That's like, if you think starship, it's the ones that they do packs on, right? So the Auroras, the Avengers,
Mustangs,
the Mustangs, the Sulan, if you're a bit of a weirdo, got a fetish or something. But like, yeah, there's the C8R. I would say, like, you don't look at the story and go, "Oh, what do I start with?" Like, you don't go, "Oh, C8R." But that's my opinion anyway.
Wait, hold on. Luigi just said hydrate. Luigi, just to clarify.
Mercedes said drink. He just had the old moat out. I think that's what they were talking about anyway. It's either that or me drinking water, which I doubt.
Yeah.
CJ on that bombshell.
Happy birthday, old boy.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Cute. But yeah, so it's not. Yeah. Anyway, fucking hell. We got 15 minutes left nearly, and we haven't touched on any of the other ships that are coming in.
I mean,
Terrapin, medical Terrapin. Come on, let's get that in there.
Yeah.
But then we don't have enough time to talk about the Polaris.
No, we covered the Polaris. Sorry, Dan, but we covered the Polaris.
I was like not as excited as others for like the Polaris, but it has blown my expectations out the water, and we had some real fun times with it. I do think the torpedoes though need to have a bit more health than me being able to shoot them with my AR and they explode on like the second shot.
Now I'm content with them exploding. Their missiles are flimsy munitions. A tiny bit of shrapnel would take a missile down.
What about bombs?
A bomb, again, good tiny munition. They're not armored. They're not designed to be armored or anything.
No, exactly. So like the MOABs, right? When they're deactivated, when they activate, then they explode.
Can we just admire the skill issue that was happening there?
Yeah, that was the skill issue.
5 attempts.
So I can turn them on. The siren lights or the emergency lights.
I look so forward to like the scanning function for the Terrapin and like other scanning ships to come in with it. Like it's nice to see the Terrapin get a variant because it is such a good frame.
The audio is very nice stuff.
Oh, this happened last time as well.
But look at the lighting in this room here. The lighting team absolutely nailed it.
Am I okay, but they're not? This happened last time. We all went echoey and robot-y for a moment.
Yeah, you're fine. It's video that's the issue. We need to jump off video and work something else out.
If there is. Right, so...
Actually, it's not video, it's Discord. That's what we use already.
Discord's been really messy recently.
Yeah.
This has changed since this video was made. This is what happens when you review ships in PTU, right? Things change. So there was a little jump seat that was placed in the back for what would be like a doctor or a medical expert. I think that's the only real change with this. And then they've changed how a couple of things work internally.
Where are you sitting?
What the hell's that?
Well, he was talking about where you can sit. It's like, where are you sitting? So
I ain't sitting on that thing that straps you to the chair. Like, what kind of thing's that? Like, I mean, what kind of... not on my ship. That's not welcome.
We need to sort that audio out.
Is it still going?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Right. Okay, well, just put a link to GFA's video. And people can go and check this out.
Oh, Dick's needle saying fixed.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's fixed.
I guess it's on me now, so I've got to take over until this...
Let's just check if it's robotic.
It's fixed.
I just want to love...
Cool. Can we... On the Terrapin, right? How many crew is supposed to be in the Terrapin?
Echoey on Eason and CJ, apparently from data.
The latest message says fixed.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
I'm going to go with 2. One for the
2 crew, right?
Seat in the back,
so
and then one for the pilot.
Where do they sit?
Right, so one sits in the pilot seat, and one sits in the jump seat.
Okay,
which is not in this video, but we've seen.
Have you seen the sneak peek?
No. I'm going to get it up.
It's like help is on the way or something like that.
That definitely sounds like a Medipin style.
I think
it's medical. It's medical based.
But you have a ground team with you, like. But honestly, for a ship like that, you probably want 3 people to crew. Like, you want your pilot in and ready to go. You want your medical team, and you want your assistant or security personnel. Like, if any more than that, and then if you lose that ship, you're losing 4 people. That's like unnecessary. And it's Terrapin, so it's armored, so it's meant to be going to combat zones. I think 3 is a good number for that. Any more is a bit excessive.
Yeah, so the issue I have there is, say for example there's 3 people there, right?
Yeah.
And imagine one of them is a teammate to the guy that's been injured.
Yeah.
There's 3 people that's supposed to be on the Terrapin. And there's been 2 seats. Like, for me, if you go into an emergency vehicle, right, they have space for bringing back a number of passengers. They have a space for each of the people that are medical professionals, but then they've got seats for other people.
One for the patient and one for a someone that accompanies them.
Yeah, like a next of kin, something that's accompanied, a chaperone
That's
almost. So there isn't enough space in that Terrapin. They're going to be standing up, right? And they're just going to get force feedback all over the place.
Can you imagine that? Gets Daymar, pick someone up. Yeah, sorry, mate, you're going to have to walk. We don't have enough.
Yeah,
exactly.
That happens.
Yeah, like it happens like in real life, like on the side of the road.
In Hemel Hempstead, but not on Daymar.
Yeah,
Don't leave me here.
Yeah. Is that Daymar as well? That planet they're on?
No, it's not. I think that's Hurston.
Okay, cool.
It could be Pyro.
I was going to say he took his bloody helmet off.
Let's have a look at the image.
Right,
let's see that again.
That versus
that.
It could be. It could be either.
If it's Daymar, the medical professional is like he's learned how to hold his breath for a very long time because there's no atmosphere there.
That one.
But yeah, no. But obviously you can see on the right side it's Terrapin, 100%. That's what it's referencing.
I think,
and I'm all for it.
Would you
the big thing is like what the fuel usage is on that thing, and like the capacity. Like how far can it go?
Hopefully not very far, because like you don't want a responder traveling from Crusader to Microtech. Oh, I'm gonna be there really quick. Don't worry, I've just got 60 gigamiles to fly.
Yeah.
Just chill. Stop bleeding.
That takes the job away from the Apollo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it should be a little bit better than the C8R. And the C8R, in my opinion, should get nerfed to that respect. The C8R should be able
leave the C8R alone.
No. The C8R should be able to manage anything into like planetary sided or like moon, like planetary system sided.
It's got a jump drive.
No, quantum drive.
Yeah,
quantum drive.
I have an alternative theory.
But yeah.
Not that it really matters. They are all wearing the same armor. They are the same team.
Yes.
This is probably just landed.
This is marketing, though, right?
Yeah.
And the amount of times we see like pictures from CIG that are marketing, which you can't really rely on.
Yeah.
And it's also logistics, and like depending on what like the combat scenario, how much does that ship need? And like until we get all the game mechanics in, we can only just guess. But it's like for me, like when you're crewing stuff, do you need backups on it? Well, for the Terrapin, you don't. You just need the pilot and then 2 guys doing the medical stuff, I think.
Yeah. Very quick, though, because we need to move on. But I think there's a bit of theory crafting that could be done. The guy that's standing up on the right, his backpack looks very nice, very new. Good night, Luigi. Just stopping by.
Night, Luigi.
And then the guy on the right, the backpack, looks new. I don't recognize that.
I think that's the small backpack that you can get in space stations. Like you can get a yellow version of it. I think.
Yeah. Okay. And then one of the medics has a red field bag, which looks pretty cool. I'm hoping you can open it up and it's got like snapping points and it's got tons of like all the different drugs in it, the different stims that you can get, and like a med pen and stuff.
I bet that's going to be the next subscriber gear, because we did see on Inside Star Citizen that to get animated. But if you go back to that image, like that guy with the medium armor, that's the you've got the field recon backpack on the ground, and then the guy who's standing sort of leaning over, that's the medium variant of that.
Yeah.
So, like, I love my field recon armor. I think it's such a good set of armor to have, and I'm looking so forward to when they actually get more like variants in color of it, because it's such a sweet armor set. The only thing I would have an issue with is the lighting on it. Those lights that you can see on the side of the leg, you can see them from miles away, and they if you're lying down in the ground and your armor frosts over and stuff like that, you can still see them. It's a dead giveaway.
Yeah, I've always hated about how the combat quote unquote armors have lights on them.
Yeah,
like just doesn't make, like, you're not in the field and you're not wearing your MTP or your PCM, and you're not putting fucking not even, well, you do actually put IR reflective things on, but you don't put like fucking like glow sticks on your fucking arms and your legs.
Yeah, I think with helmet it could be different, because like interior you would like have like a light sometimes like that, but if you turn it off you have less visibility, but you can't be seen equally, something like that. But
we don't have specialized armors.
I could see there being a singular light on the back of the helmet.
Yeah.
To indicate though.
But yeah, being able to turn it off and on, like turn it on for like patrol usage. Yeah. So at night you can follow the guy behind you. That's obviously what would happen. But yeah, maybe an IR version. If it's an IR light that you could use like nods for and be able to follow the person ahead of you, that'd be pretty cool. But
we did have those for Afghan, so called cat's eyes that go on the back of the helmet, and well, that's really
but they're not lights. They're not lights though.
They're reflective and glow in the dark.
Yeah,
very very faint.
They use like tritium and stuff like that to have a little tiny glow in them. But that'd be pretty cool. But then again, we don't have specialized armors, so not for combat. So it might be something we see. These just armors are generic like armors that will get phased out. I hope, or I believe will get phased out or changed. But I'm hoping when we see like combat, like the armor set I'm gonna wear, the scout, the operator one. So the scout light armor that makes you hidden on active radar systems. I want that. So I'm hoping that's not gonna have a bloody LED on it, like a big fucking neon "I'm here" sign.
I was expecting you to be that guy or that friend.
Yeah. Holding my breath on Daymar like this fucking dude does.
The lights and stuff to me don't make particular sense, because when you're in a verse where you have the Moby glass and you've got these awesome heads-up displays and stuff like that, when you're in low visibility environment, you won't be able to see those lights in front of you. So it's going to be great if they had like markers or like sort of like holographic silhouettes of your teammates, so you know where they are. Like don't need to worry about the lights, and it's all internalized, so the enemy wouldn't be able to see anything, but you know where your team is. Like that, sort of like Ghost Recon or something like, where you can see sort of like they're behind a building, but you can see their green silhouette is there. Something a lot more stylish than that. I mean, I'm just saying that. But Data Shwami says a certain frequency of light only friendly HUDs can see. Interesting.
That's kind of realistic and unrealistic. There isn't. You can get like friend or foe identifiers, which broadcast like particular signals that you pick up, but they can, like they said, they can be hacked as well. So if you're just checking broad spectrum every frequency, then you're going to pick up everything. But that's more like an IR thing. So when it comes around to like bombing missions, so your A2 is coming in. They would have a friend or foe identifier, so they'll have a IR frequency like identifier that they can put into the computer. That will then flash up on their screens to say that this is either a friend or a foe, depending on what's designated. So that could be pretty cool. One thing to your point, though, I actually really like your idea. But I don't know if you ever played the game Bodycam.
It's so realistic.
It's so realistic, but imagine that your friends, when you look at them, they have like a green box around them. So,
Yeah.
like around the silhouette of the person.
Yep.
When that person gets hidden, the
Yep.
computer can't fathom that, so it just gets rid of the green box because they're out of line of sight. But when they're back in line of sight, it identifies friend and then puts the green box around them. It doesn't say their name or anything, just a green box to say that it's friendly.
Yeah.
I think that could be a really low level T0 thing that they can add in.
Yeah, I like that idea of like when they're out of view, because if you know, it's easy to clutter your visual space with information, especially with the amount of information this game has.
Yeah.
I think a big part of it is, though, we've seen on Squadron 42, like he's pinged using his Moby glass, and you can see like the skeleton, like the heartbeat and all that sort of stuff on players. So with technology that advanced, it makes sense to me that it's gonna be something using that system. Don't know how, but you know, if you guys have got some great ideas in chat using the Moby glass system, what would you like to see when you're going through specific environments with your teammates? You know, maybe you're a cargo hauler and you can see all your cargo highlighted that you're moving because that's linked to you, or you know, maybe you're in combat and you know your mate's just been blown to smithereens and you know his leg's still highlighted, so you go, I'm going to pick that up so I can take that back for him. You know, it's just there's so much they can do with this.
Yeah, and obviously if you're watching on YouTube, throw a comment in the comment section below, and if you're watching on Twitch, don't throw a comment in the comment section below. Yeah, so I mean, obviously we're getting to the time now, and I think we've got a couple of quick ships to talk about.
Quick ships.
Yeah, quick ships. The Hornets. Really quickly, we're going to do this in 2 minutes or less. The Hornets they look awesome. They're a lot more curvy, a lot more rounded. They're not as like pointy, like it's pointy on top.
You know me, I like my Hornets. 10 out of 10 would bang. That's
the
all
Hornets.
I had to say for it.
The tracker. The tracker looks so cool. It's got the little raised little like dome, like the little radar like sort of dome on the top of it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow, chef's kiss.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I need to get on the big screen.
Oh my god. Like, honestly, the Mark II Hornet, you know, people could say they want the F8. They can keep the F8. I absolutely love the Hornets. They're just such a good looking ship.
I like the way that it seems there's a little bit less pokey on the corners. Things seem a little bit more curvy now. I don't know whether that's just because I've not paid attention to it for a long time, but
I honestly thought that they were going to have a proper dish on the side. I'm not sure what I think of those winglets coming off the dish. I hope he goes third person on this so we can see them, because I just love the dish look. You know, you're flying with your teammates.
yeah,
You know, that does look nice. It's very minimalistic when you're inside the ship, but when you're going around, it just looks a bit, from the angle, it just looked a bit different.
Yeah, I'm hoping the radar refactor comes very quickly, because it would give use for this ship.
Everyone's screaming about the Ghost right now because the Mark 1 Ghost was lighter weight and could like turn better, but I think honestly, like these sorts of like early warning ships, having one of these in a squadron would just, it could like be make or break. I think information is key.
Yeah, that's really cool. Do you want to skip to does he do a third person on the Ghost?
Yeah,
just go straight to the third person on the Ghost.
Oh, look at that Ghost.
That's nice. And I like the default paint as well. If that's default paint, that's beautiful.
That's like A2 paint right there.
Yeah.
Black and red.
All right. Well, Dan's called us out. He said 2 minutes or less, and that's 2 minutes. So good night, everyone.
What? No. No, keep going.
No.
Shout if you want more in chat.
Well, they can't shout. So you lose.
Type if you want more.
No. No, you can't change the goalpost.
And you can shout because it's all caps.
No, that'll get you banned by auto mod.
Don't
do that. Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
More. There we go.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, guys. Don't do this. If I got you banned, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, don't worry.
Look at that, and you know what? They got the size 4s on there still.
I do love the Hornet.
It looks good. It flies great. What's not to like?
I'm a hopeless romantic though, and I really want to see the decal on the come back to the the other one.
Heartseeker.
That decal's been missing for a long time.
Heartseeker Mark II, man. Oh my god, that's like if I ever take anyone out to like teach them how to fly, the Heartseeker was the one I always did it in, because you could put them in the co-pilot seat, fly, land on a planet, switch around, and then they would fly, and it's like doing a driver's test. It was just, it's brilliant. It's a great feature.
All right, one quick question then before we go. Do you think you should be able to swap out what makes these ships individual? So do you know before we used to be able to swap out like the cap for the Ghost and put like the F7A Mark 1's guns on it? Do you think we should be able to do that, or the hard point should be locked?
It's
tricky one.
I ultimately I feel that these things should be as customizable as possible, because when we're bringing in materials and all this sort of stuff, it doesn't make sense that you won't be able to customize the ship chassis to make it even more stealthier. That's where crafting's going, I think. So I think if you want to put on an extra gun from an F7A Mark II onto the Ghost, like the nose gun, yeah, do that. But you're going to be increasing the signature at the same time.
Yeah, perfect. But that's so like with the old one, if you put the F7A Mark 1 ball turret on top of the Hornet Ghost, the Mark 1 versions, it did nothing for your. It increased your EM, your IR, but it didn't change the cross-sectional basis of the vehicle. And I know we're like over time now, but Mercedes is listening intently, so I think we should make it.
And they did scream more.
But yeah, they did scream more. But I think that you should be able to min-max what you want as much as you want. Yeah. So there should be a Mark II Ghost cap for the Mark II that is in the loot pool that you can't get. Like you can just find it or craft it or build it, and then you can upgrade your Mark II Ghost from the stock Mark II Ghost cap, as well as tracker. If you can build an update, like an upgraded tracker version, you should be able to swap them. But I would always love I would always love being able to swap like the F7 Alpha Mark II or the Mark 1 ball turret and swap them across, but you lose all of that stealth capability.
It comes into like infamy, right? When you craft and you craft well and you know what you're doing, you become famous in server. So it makes sense to me that, someone that has the idea, oh, you know what, I'm going to make a Gladius bomber. That one probably doesn't do so well because it's not the right frame for it. But then someone else goes, I'm going to make a Gladius interceptor. And it's like, it doesn't have the same maneuverability, but it's quick. And that one does do well. So people start buying that. And whoever's crafted that chassis is gone, I'm going to call this like the Gladius Fire Drake or something like that. And it's just sort of, rather than the Hornet Ghost, like they give their name to that chassis, and then people are buying that chassis in game, and you see that and going, oh god, how do I get one of them? Like, where did they purchase that from? Oh, they purchased it from this guy. I've just got a link to his shop. I'm going to go over there and buy it. Like, I think this is where it's going to go.
Yeah. Do you know when we had the Hornet Ghost and there was a quote unquote version called the Murder Hornet? Like you said about the infamy side of it, I want people to go like, where do I find this Mark II Murder Hornet? How do I create it? How do I craft it?
Yeah.
But
obviously, there'll have to be some limitations.
Yeah.
You couldn't have the freelancer double ender or something like that. They'd have to like really censor this stuff. But I think
you can call it double ender.
What was it, Data Shwami? Did they clarify on the science side of things for crafting? They gave a little bit of information on it to do with schematics from crafting. That's going to be through research. And they also mentioned that building ships, when they really flesh out ships, you can build components of the ships, but the components themselves are going to have to go onto a chassis. They're following the model of specific games in the past, and as much as these guys don't want to hear me say a certain
No,
game.
no.
Yeah, I don't want to hear Warhammer. So like we're going halfway. And the only reason why I don't want to hear Warhammer is because I used to be addicted.
So do we know who made? Obviously, we know who made most of the ships, but do you know who made the Hornets?
Anvil?
Is that no? I'm talking about the designer because that the new Hornet line is just I'm not a Hornet person. I was a Ghost flyer, and then when they nerfed the shit out of the Ghost, and by nerf I mean they fucking made everything. I do reach out, but I wasn't going to assume. But yeah, no, I didn't want.
Bro doesn't read chat clearly.
When they buffed the F7A to be better than the Ghost, then I obviously got rid of the Ghost. But yeah, no. Oh, the Hornets.
The Mark II has actually been there for a while before it was actually released. Like it was there in the expo hall for years before I even met One Dark Enigma.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I remember sitting down and just be like, I'm really looking forward to that F7A. Verbal diarrhea. And he was like, yeah, British Army esports, mate.
Yeah, so was Mercedes lead on that, or was she part of the team, or?
I don't. Let's let her speak for herself. So everyone, Noodle in chat is actually CIG. She is the 3D artist behind the Mark II Hornets. Just made sure to check before I could say anything. I didn't want to like just publicly out her and people are like, oh, I've got your at now. I don't like this because.
Wait. Who? And where?
Sorry, the designer.
The designer. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, but in chat right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
You say Mercedes, but I see no Mercedes.
You see Noodle.
You would know her if you weren't swanning off.
If I weren't swanning off,
yeah,
I've got a family. Man.
No. If you was around during CitizenCon there, not going, I want to get to the front, then you would know Mercedes.
Noodle, F78, seriously? Wow.
There you go. Solid
designer.
Well, just from me. Solid designer with 2 artists. I have to say,
solo designer as well.
I get once a time like I get stranded because I love that ship so much that I fly to areas and then I run out of fuel. But thank you so much. It is a very beautiful ship. For the Ghost in the Tracker, yep. Gonna be picking up that. For the Ghost in the Tracker, no, honestly, just the actual the whole body of that thing. Would you part of the actual making like the body for the F7A, or is it just purely the Ghost in the Tracker? Like, help me out here.
Yeah, no, the Ghost in the Tracker are very nice. I would love to see modularity on the hardpoint, on the top hardpoint. But yeah, no, it's very nice.
Artist did the body.
It's very, it's a very nice all around. Did the MFDs work properly, or is it still like the old Hornet MFDs, but like the top ones just don't work? And
surely they're the same. They're the same ones from the F7A.
Is there any bugs with the Hornets? I need to find a bugs just so I can pester Mercedes. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is
basically wrong. A ship mechanic. Well,
spaceship mechanic.
Yeah. Thanks for keeping my favorite ship up in the air because it's so good, that ship. But I think we most of us still fly. I know a couple of people switch back to the F8, but it's just the F8 just doesn't look anywhere near. I mean, and this is purely subjective, but like when you actually fly the F7, it's just so nice. The Mark II is just beautiful. So yeah, I'm nerding out now. One Dark, help me off, cut me off here.
No, carry on.
I bet she was hoping that the F7A didn't get Best in Show, or the F7C, sorry, didn't get Best in Show, because she would have known at the time, which then meant the artist would have then had to have gone through and apply the Best in Show sort of schematics for it and make it work.
That's the problem with this community. As much as I love it, there's moments where I'm just like, why have you done that? Like when the F8 won, like Best in Show, I was like, why has it done that? Like you've just picked the thing that's got more guns and went for it. That's like a kid going, "I'm going to draw a ship. It's got 50,000 guns on it. Isn't this cool?" No, there's certain thing called style, and the F7A has got it in heaps. Like it's just why that didn't win Best in Show. Same as the Gladius. Why is the Gladius not won Best in Show when it's like one of the nicest ships to fly? Yeah, it's not doing great so much now in the current flight model, but like when it was 317 and stuff like that, it was absolutely lethal. And it just hasn't managed to make it. I just don't get it. I don't get this Unity sometimes.
A ship that has sold lots of won't make Best in Show.
Oh, get your tinfoil hat off.
It's tinfoil under this hat. No, yeah, I can see the F7s certainly getting Best in Show next year, though. 100%, because it was close already with the F7C, but there was technically only one variant. It was just the base F7C. Whereas now we've got the alpha that's in game properly, which it already was, but it's out there. And they're going to do another ticket thing where you can get your F7 alpha again. But then obviously we've got the tracker and the ghost, and then we're going to now potentially see the Wildfire again, see the Heartseeker again, maybe got the Super Hornets that haven't come around yet. Oh,
that's nuts. If they do bring back the Wildfire, that will be interesting. But at the same time, I kind of feel like the narrative for that ship, because it's in the same pool as the it was the Wildfire, and then you had the Saber Comet, and then there was the version of the Avenger that I can't remember that was also in there as well. Those ones were sort of like used by war heroes. So I think
Renegade.
Renegade, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
They were used by war heroes. So part of me would like to keep them as the version 1 and not upgrade them to the Mark II. I think
that would make sense.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I was reading up on it now.
Yeah.
But the Heartseeker, make that into a Mark II version. I will buy it. I will buy it so hard. Like
yeah. And do it and do it and actually do it like a
but white and red livery with the pin art. That's just gonna look great.
Unpopular opinion for me, because I don't want it to be like this, but release it still during Valentine's, but restrict it so it's not like you can just buy CCUs or you can buy the ship and gift it. I think it'd be nice if it was you had to be here kind of thing to get that ship.
You gotta prove your love to your girlfriend. You have to buy the whole thing.
Yeah, I say that like I want it to do
Sadist.
that, but if it does that, I probably won't end up getting one. Because there's going to be better ships that are going to come along. The F8A is going to come out soon. Be a platinum ticket event for that only streamers can win. So
who's been telling you this?
This
opium you're pulling out your backside.
It's coming.
Yeah. Can you? I think the whole entire army of concierge will like descend upon CIG if congratulations, you spent X amount. Here's F8C with a livery, and then like F8A comes out. It's like, here you go, community, go buy it, and then everyone's gonna be like, wait, what the hell?
I mean, they're gonna release it, aren't they? So
I think something like that should only be reserved for people that complete Squadron 42 on the hardest setting, and then it gives them the option to buy it in the store for full. But apart from that, I think it's going to cause problems because, if you start bringing in military tier ships into the game as much as you have, like I think the F7A was a one-off. I hope it is a one-off, because it's just a rare thing, and it's nice to keep it like that. And the strongest ships should be through upgrading, crafting, reputation gains, and stuff like that. So you have something to play for.
Well, okay, theory crafting hat on. Let's use this point, right? So, in future, Hornet Mark III comes out, and so the Hornet Mark II, like the military version, then becomes surplus equipment. There are either then a restricted number of how many there are, and you have to show your allegiance by doing the mission set to qualify to get that ship in time before that volume is reduced to 0 to acquire it, or you just have to show your allegiance through the mission set to be able to like this F7A.
Yeah, I do. So you're saying like events in game to
In-game.
give you, yeah.
I think they do. When they say, "Oh, we need to get the data," then there needs to be the hook in the water to get people in to play it.
Yes.
Like make the ships expensive, like to get it, but limit it to that time period. And you watch people come in, they'll do the cargo, everything that people can't be bothered to do. People will then go and do because it's lucrative. Let's go and do that, and then cool, I get that ship. But then that ship is then bound to your account without any actually money leaving your actual physical wallet.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one because there's like the variant of the fuselage, like you saw the F8 in the Squadron 42 thing was experimental. The Hornet there though was kind of experimental because it had the kind of X wings that sort of deployed, which was really interesting. That sort of stuff. I really think should be locked to reputation. Going, congratulations, you got to this rank of reputation with UEE military. You can now get the crafting schematic for this, or you can purchase the ship from the store, depending on which one you want to do. I think that would be pretty damn cool. And by store, I don't mean like actual store at the website, but maybe they should, because this game, the only way that they pay the people that are working on this is through buying ships. So yeah, you can buy that ship through the store, but it needs to be grade 1, and then you have to upgrade it in game to grade 5 if you want to get it to there. They got to stick with that.
I think all military variants should be heavily nerfed in terms of quantum fuel and hydrogen fuel. So have it a trade-off. It's more armored, so it's got a reduced fuel tank, but it then meant you can't fly this F7 Alpha across the fucking system to go and do this mission.
Yeah,
it has to be used because you got to think it's a flagship military vehicle in that category. Yeah, so it's the meta vehicle in that category, right? The F7 Alpha shouldn't get taken out by any of the other light fighters in the game. Like standing toe to toe in a 1v1, it should be better. It's a dedicated military fighter.
Yeah, but
whereas none of the others are.
I agree where you're coming from. I just think that there's gonna be issues there. Like for like a criminal point of view, a criminal will get the civilian variant, be able to perform a mission, and then outrun a military ship, which shouldn't happen.
Yeah,
These military ships
you're not supposed to aggressively chase someone in a military ship. If you're a bounty hunter, use a bounty hunter ship, but you don't use a military attack fighter. Well, that's for defensive or offensive missions in a set location.
It depends on the system. Stanton's small, so that's why ships like Hornets and stuff like that can chase stuff. If you go into Pyro, you want like a Corvette to chase things down. If you go into like a bigger system, you want a capital ship to chase stuff down. But it's like, I think the military hardware should be ridiculous, like the F7A is. It just should be limited to, like, you need the scarcity to it so that not everyone's flying it, and it needs to be sort of like dedicated people that are going like, I'm going to be here for this event. The events should they be one-off?
Yes.
Part of me says yes, part of me says no.
Yes.
There's such a but I don't want people who have families and like have to like take their kids and have their responsibilities. They have to deal with that, but they also love this game. If they can't be involved with the game and do that, I don't want this game to be like that, because the demographic of the game, most of us have all got kids, and I'm gonna have probably kids in a few years' time. Like,
we talking to people with kids and still manage to get on and get the F7A on multiple accounts. I've got one for my son.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I think the way they did the F7A event was great. You could hop on and you could network with your friends and go, mate, I can't do this right now. Can you log into my account and do it for me? Like, there's ways around it. I think that's fair. But people are saying, oh, they'll bring the F7A event back around. I kind of hope they don't do that, because, we were there. we backed this game in a time where it was unstable, we should be rewarded for that, and I think the F7A is a part of that.
I'm not going to continue to bring up the sour side of it because that's not what we try and do as a podcast. But that's something for CIG to decide. Well, let's say not CIG, marketing to decide.
I think it's something for the community, CIG, to decide. I don't want, if marketing were to decide everything, it'd be like, yeah, we'll sell it. Here you go. And like,
that's where you're wrong because they need to create the demand. If they're selling it permanently,
they keep
the number would sell, and that would just be that everyone would own one. Whereas if they sold it in waves, people will go, oh, they only sell this once every like blue moon. I'm going to buy 2 of them.
Like the
Which
Pioneer.
they do for limited ships. But
like for the Pioneer.
If they do that with the F7A, it renders the Mark II civilian variants effectively. I mean, apart from like, the F7C becomes effectively irrelevant in that instance. So there needs to be a reason for that ship.
Yeah, but there was always a base. There was always an F7C Mark 1. That was always irrelevant, but it was always there still. They still sold the other ones.
Yeah, I just think that just keep the F7A as is, and I think having it as a nice thing so that when people come into the game, they go like, "Wow, have you got that? That's amazing!" But they have the chance to potentially get it if they get their reputation high enough with the UEE, and then they can upgrade it.
I like reputation-based gameplay because I want this.
Yeah.
I really want this.
Microtech taxi.
Give to me.
That's when you're commuting to work in style.
Well, we digressed into game mechanics.
Look what we did. We went way over.
Yeah.
Data Swami, would that Data Swami, would that would that mean then military variant wouldn't have additional blueprints etc to upgrade it? Maybe.
I don't think you should be able to craft a military. Well, you won't. I'm hoping you won't be able to craft a military variant.
I think you'll have the base chassis, materials that you use to build armor and stuff like that will dictate how stealthy or strong it is, and then when it comes to sort of like customizations, it wouldn't just be livery, but you'd be like, yeah, I'll have the wings version 2 or have the engines version 2, and you could have engines versions 1 through 5 or something like that, and it just changes the rear end of the engine for you. Maybe that you gotta have that kind of customization, which they've hinted with those ships that are in the Squadron 42. So there's a bright future for ship customization. We just don't know what it is right now. We just have little bits that we can take from crafting and research and schematics from it.
I had a message.
Right.
I had a question from chat a couple of days back, and I'm gonna put it to you guys. Do you think we will see the Bengal on sale at IAE?
No, they won't sell the Bengal.
Well, we did see it on sale once.
That was a
but wasn't it a meme?
It was a Photoshop meme.
Yeah,
If you buy it,
And
you can't have it.
it was like $1 million USD or something like that. And someone just photoshopped it in, and it just looked it looks very on point.
Someone would pay.
Someone would pay, yes, not me.
So do you want to close this out by looking at a few military ships?
We're talking IRL military ships,
No, we wouldn't do
or
that.
what? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, and then I have one word to say as we finish, but I want it to end.
Right. Well,
End
we'll
as
look at
we
some ships first, and then you can do your thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's a military ship getting absolutely, its arse handed to it. So I don't like that.
Let's turn this.
That's not good.
Wait, let's turn this browser audio on.
Oh, I know exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna cut to that Hammerhead RGB video again, aren't you?
I hadn't actually.
I know
thought about
exactly
that.
what you're gonna do.
I hadn't thought about that.
So, right, you guys noticed the wings on this one? Yeah?
Oh, they're all bespoke and different. These aren't even the
Well, yeah,
alpha versions. This is
a
just
few
Squadron
people
42.
missed it when they watched this the first time round. Or so.
I missed it.
It
I was like, this is so sick.
It looks exactly like the wings that the clone trooper ships do in like in like Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, where they sort of deploy.
I was too busy salivating over Henry Cavill, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but I do not. You are excused. That is, yeah.
I'm not excused. Everyone agrees.
There we go. Torps. I love the like the helmets and the undersuits and stuff. Really good stuff.
I've never seen a Retaliator look so cool.
There you go. There's the wings.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, he is.
That's it.
I won't lie.
They're beautiful. They're really beautiful.
Yeah.
That version of like the more streamlined F8, it is nice, but I would still take the F7 over that.
Yeah.
And I would take a
even the
manual
glaive looks nice.
They do.
I was worried, man.
So,
I've got a glaive and I really like the design of it. And I saw this, I was like, do you know, actually, it does look really good.
I hope they keep the original model of the glaive at the site though, because like you know, it's sort of like humans have seen alien ships and they've tried to build one to sort of like match the these sort of newer variants. You know me, I'm not a fan of alien ships, and this just looks like someone's draped a load of skin over the top of it. And I'm just not okay with that. I think we need to delete them from existence, and I'll be doing that in game.
Yeah. Well, they're beautiful, and I can't wait to fly them.
They are beautiful, and I like you say, I hope they keep the versions we have under Asperia, and then give us the new versions under Vandal.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. So you could have both.
Mm.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have overran by nearly 30 minutes.
30 minutes extra time,
30 minutes.
extra content.
No,
Passion.
that is another 30 minutes of my birthday utilised, where we need to be jumping into 4.0.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
So,
Yep.
yeah,
We didn't
you
sweat
ready
now?
to end up?
Wait, what?
Are you streaming it or
We could do whatever. What does chat want? we can go in. We could do the birthday jump.
I reckon we witness it as ourselves, because we don't want to broadcast any bugs, which apparently have been riddled
Okay.
in 4.0 so far. So we'll enjoy it because it's going to take some
I
time.
wonder why we start speaking French.
Yeah.
I'm going to be cheesy and say, chat, we'll see you in the verse.
Well, okay,
And,
before we close it out there, we've got IE coming up, and I'm hoping that the stars and moon can align and we'll have something extra special for you this time next week. That's an hour and a half. Not gonna say any more. You'll know when it happens, and it's gonna be class. So I'm gonna say happy birthday, CJ, one last time.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, CJ. Woo!
And
I want to get my one word in.
well, you can get your one word in, but before you do, everything's gone a bit skew-if.
Uh-oh.
One more time. The party wagon.
Oh, no. That's ruining a beautiful scene. See, they did it to the light. Why couldn't they do it to the lasers as well?
It's not the point, is it?
Have a whale of a time.
You boy.
So,
Thanks, Mercedes.
yeah. Any last points, gentlemen?
Thanks.
Lady,
Thanks for joining
and everyone
us,
else in chat.
Doodle. Thanks for joining us, Data Shwami, and also for some great questions.
Data's such a chill
And
dude,
for
isn't
Dan
he?
for the token message. Oh, there we go.
There it
Oh,
is.
thanks, Dan. Oh, you're so cute. I was about to chat shit on him, and then he said happy birthday, so thank you. No. No, thanks, dude.
Message deleted.
Cheers, Dan.
Yeah, banned.
Right, so we end it out there, and we'll see you all again soon. Thank you for checking in.
I want my one word.
Go on, here's your one word.
Anvil Paladin.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? I need to know what this is now.
You got
God's
read this. That's for next episode.
Right, I just need to see it myself.
I was kind of hoping you'd cut on the wait what. but-
Yeah, I was kind of hoping there was a cut.
Okay, should we do that again? Let's do that again. Ready? Guys, let's just cut retake. Ready?
Okay.
Ready?
You remember nothing.
Yeah.
I click my fingers and you
Anvil
remember
Paladin.
nothing.
Anvil Paladin.